أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I'm your teacher Sayyid Shahnila. As you all know, I'm teaching Environmental Studies Part 1 and we are on the 4th unit. So what did we see in the last video? We saw that the substance that dissolves in water spreads throughout the water. When salt dissolves in water, the water in the container tastes salty. When sugar dissolves, the water tastes sweet. So, when a substance dissolves in water, a mixture of that substance is formed. Mixture of that substance and water is formed. And the mixture is called the solution of that substance. So we had seen that how water dissolves with salt dissolves in water completely, and so the water tastes salty. And likewise, sugar too dissolves completely, and the sugar tastes sweet. The water tastes sweet. We had also seen that mud doesn't dissolve in the water completely. Sometimes it dissolves and sometimes it doesn't dissolve completely. If it has big particles, it doesn't dissolve. We had also seen that the things that flow on the water surface are lighter than water, while the things that sink are heavier than water. Now, we will see ahead an experiment. So here is an experiment. You have to perform it at home because we are at school. So you have to perform it at home. Take some muddy water in a big beaker. You have to take beaker and you have to add some muddy water. Muddy water means the water which has mud mixed in it. It's very easy to find this kind of muddy water nowadays because it's raining very heavily. So there is muddy water all around us. All around our area, I mean to say that. If you find it difficult to take that water, you can even mix some mud and mix it with water. The water will become muddy. So you have to add in it some soil, pieces of dry twigs, straw, leaves, etc. to water. So dry twigs means there are small branches of trees, and straw means bhusa. You have to add and mix with the water. Now you have to allow this beaker to stand still for 4 to 5 hours. You don't have to disturb this beaker, and you have to allow it to settle and still for 4 to 5 hours. After that, what do you have to do? You have to go and see what happens. What you will notice is that the particle of soil sink in the water and form a layer or sediment at the bottom. So what does sediment mean? Sediment means the matter that settles at the bottom of a liquid is called sediment. So the soil will sink at the bottom and will settle at the bottom of the liquid. So a layer of so it will be sediment. So the particles of soil sink in the water and form a layer or sediment at the bottom. But twigs and other rubbish float on the water. Why does it happen? Because it takes a long time for the sediment to form. Twigs and straw will take long time to form the sediment, to settle down at the bottom of a liquid. So what does this tell us? Particles of soil are heavier than water, but because they are very small, they take a long time to settle at the bottom of the water. Leaves, twigs, etc. are lighter than water. Now the water appears much cleaner and transparent than it was. What will you see? You will see that the particles of soil are heavier, so it will take time to settle at the bottom. While the leaves, twigs are lighter than water, then they will settle quickly. When all the sediments settle down at the bottom of a liquid, the upper layer of the water will appear transparent and clear. While if you look at the down portion or at the bottom of the beaker, you will find that the sediment or the material has settled down completely. So what do you see? What can you derive from this? The process of allowing heavier particles to settle at the bottom of still water is called settling. So what is settling? When the particles of heavier material settle down in the water container or in the water surface or in the river bed, then it is called settling. So the process of allowing heavier particles to settle to the bottom of still water. Still matlab constant, which is not disturbed. There is no movement in the water which doesn't have any movement in it. That type of water is called still water. So the process of allowing heavier particles to settle to the bottom of still water is called settling. Without disturbing the sediment, pour the water above it into two smaller beakers. Even though this water appears much cleaner than before, there are still some fine particles of soil and some rubbish floating in it. Now carry out the experiment using these two beakers, label 1 and label 2. So what you have to do is, you have to take one more beaker and you have to pour the water in which the sediment has been formed. You have to pour the upper portion of the water into another beaker. So what do you find? That the clearer water will separate while the sediments remain in the beaker. So now take a piece of alum. Alum means, what does alum mean? I have told you the meaning of alum in the earlier video. So alum means fitkari. We generally have it at our homes. So we have to take a piece of alum and swirl it once in the water in the first beaker. The beaker number 1. You have to swirl, घुमाना है इसमें. You have to swirl in the first beaker. Leave this beaker undisturbed for 2 to 3 hours. Now you have to take an alum and swirl it in the first beaker and leave it undisturbed without touching it for 2 to 3 hours. So what do you see? You will find that the particles floating in water slowly settle to the bottom and the water in upper part becomes transparent. The twigs and straws still keep floating on the water. The particles floating on water slowly settle to the bottom. So the sediment will be formed and the water in the upper part becomes clear and transparent. It gets filtered. The twigs and straws still keep floating on the water. So what does this tell us? Swirling alum in water helps the soil particles in muddy water to settle down. So what does this tell us? That when we swirl an alum into water, the soil particles in the muddy water settle down. Now take another beaker. Place a tea strainer over it. Tea strainer, we use it for straining our tea. Chai ki chhanni. Now take another beaker. Place a tea strainer over it. Fold a piece of fine cotton cloth into 4 layers. Make it moist and spread it over the strainer. Now pour the water in beaker 2 in a thin stream on the folds of the cloth. See, first what we did is we swirled an alum in the beaker 1. So what had happened? That swirling an alum helped the soil particles in muddy water to settle down. Now what you have to do? Take another beaker, which is beaker number 2. So what do you have to do? You have to take a strainer. You have to take a strainer and place it over another beaker. And above it you have to place a cotton cloth, and you have to make 4 folds of it, 4 layers. By folding it, 4 layers are formed. You have to make it wet. So you place it above the strainer and strain the water. So what will you see? The rubbish and soil particles remain on the cloth. the rubbish which was the rubbish in the water? Twigs and straw and some mud particles. The rubbish and soil particles remain on the cloth. The water collects in the beaker below. It looks transparent. So what do we derive from this? What does this tell us? If we strain muddy water, it helps to make it clean. This process is called filtration. So when we strain the muddy water with the help of a strainer and cotton cloth, as we did in the experiment, it makes the water clean and purified. It will filter it. So this process is called filtration. So after doing this experiment, throw the water into the soil and wash your hands with soap and clean water. You wash your hands with soap and clean water. So we derive a new term from it, potable water. So what is potable water? Potable water is nothing but water that is safe for drinking. So water that does not endanger our health in any way when we drink it is called safe drinking water or potable water. What does the endanger mean? Endanger means that harm us, that have an effect on us and that harm us. So water that does not endanger our health, which does not harm our health in any way, when we drink it, it's called safe drinking water or potable water. So water which is purified and filtered and which does not have any effect on our health is, when we drink it, is safe for drinking. That water is called potable water. So we have seen some methods of making muddy water clean and transparent. However, such water may still not be potable. Muddy water is not generally potable even if we remove mud particles from it. So we can't drink it. So can you tell? In the rainy season, the water of rivers and streams become muddy. Why do we not drink that water? Do we drink that water? No. Even if tap water is too muddy, we don't drink it. So why? We will see it in the latter part. Another question. When on an excursion, what does excursion mean? Excursion means a trip. When on excursion, if you find that the water of a spring or well there has a bad smell, would you drink it? No. We don't drink the water of a spring or well which has a bad smell in it. Why? We'll see it now. Why don't we drink it? Drinking water must be safe for our health. Pure water has no taste, smell or color. If water has a color or a foul smell, one must avoid it drinking. It can make us ill. So we had seen the earlier question that if rainy season if water is muddy, do we drink it? No, we do not drink it because it has soil particles and mud particles and many other things as well mixed with it, which may be harmful for our health. So we do not drink it. So we should avoid drinking such water. So drinking water must be safe for our health. Pure water has no taste, smell or color. If water has a color or a foul smell, one must avoid drinking it. It can make us ill. Now, another question. When on an excursion, if you find that the water of a spring or well there has a bad smell, would you drink it? And the answer is, when we get muddy water during the rains, we allow it to settle using it necessary. As we have seen, the same answer is for the same question, that drinking water should be pure and clean, and if it smells dirty or foul, we should avoid it drinking because it may have algae in it, which is nothing but a kind of fungus, so which can make us ill. So we should avoid drinking such water. So when we get muddy water during the rains, we allow it to settle before using it. If necessary, we use alum or we filter the water. If muddiness disappears and the water looks clear and transparent, then we can use it for drinking. Can we use it for drinking? Maybe sometimes, maybe not. So when the water is muddy, as we did in an experiment, What we did that we filtered the water by using an alum. We swirled an alum in the muddy water. Likewise, we can swirl an alum in the water if we have it for our drinking purpose, but it may not completely filter the water. So we can't, if the quantity of mud is less, then it may be possible that we may drink it, but if it's too much, then we can't drink such water. So we derive new terms from this. So micro, what does micro mean? Micro means very, very small. Organism, what does an organism mean? A living thing. So what does a microorganism mean? A living thing that cannot be seen by the naked eye or even with a magnifying glass. So a living thing that cannot be seen by the naked eye. हमारी आंखों से, naked eye means हमारी आंखों से, human being की आंखों से, those are animals or living things which can't be seen are called microorganisms, and we need a magnifying glass to see them. What is a microscope? An instrument for looking at very, very small things which we cannot see with our naked eyes or even through a magnifying glass. So what is a microscope? A microscope is an instrument through which we look very, very, very tiny things or microorganisms through a magnifying glass. So it helps us to see microorganisms. I hope you have understood what I have taught you. Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself. Stay tuned to our channel.